Hey guys, so I wanted to do my first video using this mount that my sister got me from Amazon for my birthday. I've had it literally for maybe 2 months. I'm just not using it. That's okay. So I'm going to bling out some Crocs. And so I just wanted to show like the first process that I do. Of course, you order the Crocs. These are the Realtree V2 in khaki. These Crocs, by the way, you can find on my Etsy page. So essentially it is rhinestone chains, charms, and I put, well, the chain is optional. These particular ones will not have a chain. And then I use rhinestones as well. All right, so first thing I do, I actually like to keep the tag on there, but I like to make sure that the price isn't on there. Of course, anyone can look it up, but you know. So I want to show that they're new. So I keep that on there, and then I'm going to now go ahead and sand them. Maybe easier if I turn them this way. Okay, so what I like to use is an electric nail file. Let me get it together here. So again, I got this from Amazon, and it literally is a nail file. There you go. And here's the file. I'm just gonna hook it up. Just put this piece on here, and then I just plug it up. All right, so of course, make sure that it's off, and then you're gonna use one of the files here. I just use whatever. So I did buy a Dremel, but you have to be careful because the Dremel is extremely strong. So on these shoes, it wouldn't be bad, but some of the lighter shoes, I mean, it really like tore up my Crocs really, really bad because it was so strong. All right, here we go. I'll just put this on there, and then I'll hook it in here. And I'm really bad about reading instructions, so I just figure it out. It's not good. So I just press this down, put that in, and I think I just need to tighten it to lock it in. All right. The reason I went and got the Dremel, because this really heats up really fast. But I'm going to try to move quick here. All right, so I usually put a Rhinestone chain on, and I use glue to attach that. So I just go ahead and file this part, the sides, and then I do all this part here. You know you're totally good and filed when it looks a lot lighter than what the shoe originally looked like. All right, let's see. This here. And I just simply file. Some people choose to skip this step, which is fine. The glue I use now is great, so I don't really worry about the items falling off. One glue I use I got from Crystal Ninja. I'm part of the Samurai Kit. Because she's selling, I won't reveal what that glue is. There are a few people who do classes on glues. Everyone uses something different. When I start the gluing process, I wear a mask or a respirator, because some of the glue is pretty strong. This material is kind of made out of a type of rubber. So a lot of people use, I know one popular one is E6000. But for me, if you don't sand it, to me, it doesn't seem like the E6000 really stays on there. But there are people who have been doing this a lot longer than I have. So, you know, it works for them. Just for me, it doesn't seem to stay. I did have one pair that it did stay on, but I think it's because I sanded it. But it could be because I didn't sand it all the way. That's when I first started. Now I've been doing Crocs for almost a year now on Etsy, which has been a lot of fun. My most favorite pair are this lady at the post office who saved me a lot of money. She gave me some good tips and told me about priority mailing and changing my boxes. So she literally saved me like $20 on my shipping. So So anyway, so however we got into it, I was talking about Crocs, me selling Crocs. And she said her sister, who is a breast cancer survivor, absolutely loves Crocs and stuff. So she wanted to do something for her. This was in October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I told her, yeah, I would love to. So I made her a pair, and then her sister called, and she absolutely loved them. So anyway, the stuff like that makes you kind of keep going even when your business is kind of slow or you're not motivated. Those are the moments that keep you going. I also have a full-time job in healthcare. So, you know, I work. I try to work on most of the stuff I try to work on the weekends. But at one point, I had so many orders. I would work, change clothes, come home, eat, and then work on my projects for several hours. This generally takes me, each shoe will probably take me 1.5 to 2 hours between gluing, sanding, all that. So the other thing is you have to give it time to cure, but I found the glues that I'm using now, they cure pretty fast. I probably should have started a little bit earlier today, but by the time I finish these, and I'm gonna probably put a fan on there, because in general you have to have your area real well ventilated. By the time I get finished, then I'll have those dry, and it should be dry by tomorrow morning. So I can ship. But I will tell you, best practice is to wait as long as you can, 24 to 48 hours, especially when you're using like E6000. There we go. So you see I got around the edges, and this is actually already heating up. Let's go back over it. So after you sand, you want to rub it down with either acetone or alcohol wipes. Let's see. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. There we go. I really want to make sure it's sanded. So I use Croc gibbets for the most part, but sometimes I'll go ahead and actually glue it. That way I know it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so there we go. There's the sanding process. All right, all done with that. So I'll just go ahead and take this out. Of course, once I'm done with this, I do not use my nails. I don't file my nails with this. This is strictly just for my Crocs. So I'll put this back in here. And so that took me like, what, 10 minutes if that. All right, I'm going to unplug this. All right, that'll be good to go. And the key is to clean as you go. That way you don't have a big mess, which, you know, I can't see my mess area back here, but I do have one. And you don't lose parts, like right now. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and put this back in my tray. All right, so put this back in the box with my sanding file thing. All right, boom, ready to go. All right, so next, so I get these wipes from, these are alcohol wipes here. You can use just regular alcohol, 70%, 90%, or you can use acetone. I just like the wipes. Now this has ethyl alcohol to it, but you probably want to use the 100% one, but like I said, I just like the wipes because it's easier. All right, so I get a little bit of the debris off. Go ahead and wipe. There we go. And then let it dry, which will be quick since it is alcohol. Okay, boom. All right, so there's that. All right, good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab my, I'm gonna do a rhinestone chain and a pearl chain. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab those real quick and measure and cut. All right, so to make things easier and more organized right now, I'm still reorganizing my whole situation, but I just made a box with everything, charms and everything I need for this particular shoe. I call this a Tay Rich 2 shoe. There's also a Tay Rich 1 on my website. All right, so, so I'll be using the white pearl rhinestones. Pull that out. Gold. These are the clear AB, which on the picture looks like they're colored, but they're, I mean, they do have some iridescence to them. And then I use the clear. So I always pull out a picture of what they should look like. And I have actually my own pair. So 1 second, I'll show you all a finished pair. All right, so I like to use these rhinestone chains, which I get from Etsy, Planet Rhinestone. So they have different types. This is the gold one I like, and sometimes I'll use the iridescent one. And let's see. I think this one was too short, so I'll have to measure it. And I just bought some of these, which is great. And these. So there are some slight differences, but you can't really tell. So when you put things on your website, you can just let them know in general that there may be some variations. It's all about what's available, really. So then I'll be using the MK charms, which I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cutting for that. Okay. I have a DG charm. So I'm just pulling out everything that I'm going to use. LV, a heart, CC, and I think that's pretty much it. So let me grab these two and this one. All right. Okay. Then, so on my page, there's personalization. So some people, they don't like the MK charms or they don't want to take the pearl. So they'll usually send me a message if they want something different and varied. One thing I do need to work on is if they want to add something, make sure, you know, that you're charging for that extra, because I have to actually order these charms. And I get these from several people. The Charm Girls, Jenny's Cap, DIY Supplies, like I said, Planet Rhinestone, several people, Blingology or the Deco Craft, I got these from, Spectacular Rock, so there's Decumuse Boutique, which she just had a really, really big sale. And then almost all this stuff is on Etsy for sure, you know, but I try to support small businesses because I'm a small business as well. All right, so let me show you all real quick a finished shoe. And that's where I kind of get my reminder of exactly how it looks, so that it's supposed to look. All right, so these are my personal pair. You see all of them have different varying chains, varying charms to them. And I've had this shoe for quite a while. And the glue and everything works. Oops. Here's the other one. I probably had these about a year, so I might need to go ahead and replace some of these. I can see some of the rhinestones have come off. So I tell everybody, general wear and tear, stones can come off. If you're bumping them, I know I rub my feet together a lot, like when I'm walking. So I'm sure that's how they got rubbed off. Just put that in there. I mean, there's really strong, powerful glue, but you know, you can't just run them into the ground. So I make sure I put that disclaimer on my shoes. All right, so that's the general finished product. So right now I'm gonna measure. Let me get the pearl chain. Okay, so I got this from Amazon. So I got a big thing of it, but for some reason these don't come. Well, I'll take it back. One place it was kind of expensive to get like a 10-yard one. These pearls weren't as expensive. I think I spent $10, something like that, for this one. And they're under rhinestone trims. All right, so this one I had already cut. I'm gonna see if that, it's a little short, but I'll see, let's see. Now I want it to be a little bit longer. But I don't think I'll be getting 2 chains out of here. Let's see. Okay, 1, yeah, I'm not. So I want to go ahead and use this one. So this one has kind of the white string, and this other one has the black string. You can't really tell that much of a difference, especially once they get put on the shoes. So this has, you can kind of tell, but not really. It has a black string. This is the black string that I cut off from there. That's how they sew the rhinestones on. So that's how I cut it. That's kind of what's holding it together. All right, so like I said, I go ahead and measure. And always remember to go ahead and have your supplies ordered. So when people, you know, place their order, you'll have your stuff ready. I always tell people plan 1 to 2 weeks, and that's between ordering these shoes and make sure I have everything, dry time shipping, all that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and measure that. Because this moves, I don't want it all the way out, so I'll stop it right there. And simply cut. There we go. And you can probably just do like this and measure and cut, but for whatever reason, I just like to go ahead and actually put it on the shoe. They should be, of course, identical, you know, so. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put that right here. All right, so I'm probably gonna title this kind of Croc Prep. So this will be like part 1. And once I put the respirator on, it'll be kind of hard to hear me and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure these things, cut the charms, and tell you kind of how I do it. And you kind of seen the finished product. And so if you all want a part 2, just let me know. That one I probably won't be talking, which might be fine. I'll just kind of show what I'm doing. Because I'm gonna have some of the content in the background, and of course, you know, YouTube doesn't like you to have like copyrighted music back there. But I like to listen to a podcast or something like that while I'm doing that. So that's that. And let's go ahead and measure the pearl. And sometimes I get asked like about the ideas. I just create. You kind of got to know what kind of works for you. And people will have given me, my customers have given me really good ideas of like, oh, can you add this, remove this? Or, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, I hadn't even thought about that. So listen to your customers. All right. So like I said, I'm currently on Etsy, but I am working, someone's working on my website right now, because the thing with Etsy or with anything like eBay, nothing's guaranteed. So at any time they can take down your listings or something could happen. And so you want to have like a backup plan. So I'm working on that. I've been doing this for like a year now. So this kind of started out as an outlet for me, doing Crocs, and I bedazzle, I guess they call it bedazzle, bling out a lot of stuff, glasses, things like that. But I just needed a creative outlet, you know, while the they're calling it the panini was going on. So that's kind of how I started. And there were several people on Instagram that I watched, and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. So I got a lot of ideas from them. Bougie Jasari is one of them. There's several people that I saw doing Crocs and who started it, because this trend has been around for a while. It's just, you know, all of a sudden the Crocs kind of blew up even more, you know, so. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to show you all how to, how I get rid of this part for the charms. And then, actually, let me see, because I like to separate. Like I said, this is the finished one. So this shoe is going to have this, the MK, the LD. If they don't already have the buttons on them, I go ahead and just glue the buttons on. Okay, so that's that one. This one has the heart. And so I need to get the D and the CC. All right, here's the CC. Already has a button attached, so I just need the D. Which, so I get my charms wholesale. So I actually order these overseas. You can go on Alibaba.com to find them. A second, guys. Which I really should have already put this in my little box, so I won't be doing what I'm doing right now. Okay. So like I said, I put on my Etsy page that charms may vary. So if I don't have that original D, I may use these. Let's see. Here we go. All right. But I do have these, so I have that and plan Bs. So, all right. I think that's it for this shoe right here. There we go. All right, so put these away. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in my Tay Rich 2 box, so I'm not scrambling like I am right now. And some more LB charms. All right, so now I'm going to get my wire cutter. All right, so I have a big one, I have a little one. This is a wire cutter. You can find it in the jewelry section. All right, so like I said, these are already set. So you do have to be careful. So you don't want to cut your charm. Of course, you don't want to cut yourself. So I'll just take these and just cut. That's it. Of course, I'm only going to use one of these, but I'm going to cut both. That way it's kind of prepared. So when I use it next time. So I'll try to go ahead and cut this even. Boom, done. Haircut. And be careful. You may want to wear some eyewear protectant so this doesn't get in your eye. And I'm going to actually put this back in this little bag here. Put this in the Tay Rich box, so I'll have it. All right. This one's done. Already has a button to it, so we're good. This one's good. Already has a button to it. I think I glued this one. So this one, gonna cut. So some of these charms don't have the part where you attach for like a pendant, so you don't have to worry about it, but some do. So this one in particular, I have to be careful because if I cut it too much, I damage the actual rhinestones. If you guys can see it. So I'm gonna cut it like this side and this side. All right, there we go. Let's see if I can get that a little better. Okay, good. All right, here's that. Okay, so I know this seems abrupt, but pretty much what I'm gonna do is spend the next 30 minutes just attaching the charms on with my glue. And that's it. So kind of a short video. I just wanted to show how I prep my Crocs and how I kind of get them prepared. Essentially, like I said, I'm just gonna attach these and glue it on. Add my rhinestones. And again, this is the finished product, how it will end up looking. See if y'all can see it. It's essentially how it's gonna look. And I try to make it identical, so I try to line it up exactly the same. So I've probably sold about 6 or 7 of these, and they are on my website if you like them. All right, have a great day, and thank you for joining me on how I prepare my Tay Rich 2 Crocs.